Hey there everyone. Alright, it's been a minute, but I'm back. The website is back. The shipping and everything is updated, and I'm going to concentrate all of my efforts at the moment on the Mini 3-wheel. So those are my Mini 1/28th scale chassis, FRP version. You have one with the steering mounted on the left, one that's called the mirror version when the steering is mounted on the right. Originally there was only, well, there were two bodies because there's the Robin, but the Robin is kind of enormous and it's fun for like playing bangers, but for racing, driving, and just to play the role of a sidecar, I had my Mini B2B, which is of course an homage to the old Tamiya B2B, and it is what I designed the chassis around. So that was my original and only sidecar body that I had for that. And if you've been following my social media recently, I now have another F1 sidecar that can fit as well, and this one is designed for the reversed version, so now we can have competing sidecars. Of course, the heads are the same, only have one set of head at the moment, so I can decapitate them and switch them around from one bike to the other. So real life scale, this is probably more 1/24th or 1/22nd scale and 1/28th. The reason why I market them at 1/28th is because it's using all Mini Z parts. Mini Z, Mini Q. The parts that are being used are the wheels. The rear is using the two-wheel drive wheels, the regular ones. You can mount the narrow or the wide one. For instance, on this one I have narrow SDRacing carbon wheels, rims at the back. These are the wide one, and the front it's using the all-wheel drive mount, so it's the one with a little flat slot for both of them. There's going to be some change on that front. There's going to be more options. The reason why I'm using the all-wheel drive ones in the front, it's because so far I had been using the Chinese, it's got plenty of names, but it's the HDG1, so it's basically the drift and the Mini Q's upright for the front, so it's the cup, the steering cup, and it's got the axle in it as well. So that's what they use for the Mini Q's. The YL is using a very similar one, be it all plastic with a fixed ball over there. So technically it could be used as well, and I've been using that. The only issue that I've had with this is that it's no rack. It's completely no rack. I mean, it's completely straight in the front, and I intend to have some angles. So I'm working on different solutions for that, and there's going to be, because of those solutions, new parts in the parts bin for those cars. So parts at the moment, regular 1/28th servo. You can get a YL toy servo. You don't need much to steer this. I modify the YL toy servo with the servo saver to make them a fixed horn, but you can use a metal horn like I have. This is mine that I'm rebuilding at the moment, so you can use aluminum servos. I usually end up with metal gear servo. Those are plastic gears, digital servos, but they have the mini receiver plug here, the mini GST, and others will have the regular 1/10 scale, but there is plenty of space inside the body to mount a regular 1/10 scale receiver. You don't need mini specific parts for it. The ESC, I have the brushed one on this at the moment. So this is a very basic brushed ESC that you can find pretty much everywhere online, on Banggood and so on. So most of the chassis are going to come with this, or are coming with this. For the pod, this comes originally with the Mini Q2 pod at the back, just because it's super simple. The ratio, the gear ratio is perfect. It comes with a nice ball diff that works great. I find it better than the gear diff from Kyosho. It's a bit more. It's got a bit more strength in it. It's not as loose. You can feel it's nicely greased up. So it's coming with this, but of course, with the design of the chassis, you can mount any Mini Z pod at the back. So for example, this is I think this is the lowest you can find. That's for the LM, and that's the widest Kyosho axle at the back with everything metal. And because this is wider, I mounted the narrow rims. You could still mount the wide rims and it would still fit. But so those are going to be probably the main focus with the mini buddies of the store at the moment. The store is going to move on to Rakuten as well. I've modified all the shipping for Europe mainly because just because of the cost being in France now, it's just way cheaper to do it for the European market. And there's going to be new parts that I'm prototyping now. For example, a new steering hub that's going to have my own axles, and so you can mount regular two-wheel drive wheels at the front on ball bearings, of course. Probably going to be without a spring. I'm going to try to do fully rigid front ends with a newly designed C-hub in the front. That's going to be the only change. And this way, well, it's going to eliminate all of that here and reduce the height a lot, so we can have much lower profile. This is my other version of the chassis that's using my own pod at the back. So this is for the brushless version, and it's got the same system of suspension as my pan car. So we are basically using the same back end, the same spring system, which is designed into the chassis with the FRP chassis. It's 1.5 mil. This one is way sturdier and it tracks a lot better, and you're always going to have some kind of a fight between straight line performance and cornering with a trike, just because there's only one wheel in the front. But so here you go, those are going to be the new versions of, oh, they are wheeling, they have too much, they're turning too much, they're too fast even when they are not moving. Those are going to be the new chassis that are going to be coming up. I think I'm going to have 8 kits pre-built that are going to be all slightly different. Some are going to come with the F1 sidecar, some are going to come with the B2B, depending on where the steering is mounted. And last but not least, the newest thing that's going to come for this series of car, I'm going to keep the brushless version out, is the Delta Wing. So this is the mold working on it at the moment. It's going to be a super cool looking 1/28 Le Mans car to go along with the rest of the Le Mans that I have, and I think it's going to look super cool. Once again, because of the trike, it's 1/28 scale. It's technically a little bit longer than 1/28 if you do a real life scaling, but this is the mold that's gonna be working for both chassis. Okay, so the wheel is going to be either on one side or on the other. The wheel, I mean the hub that's holding the wheel, it can be here or it can be there. The wheel is going to be somewhere in the middle, and the wheel slots over there, because you know the Delta Wing has technically 2 wheels in the front. One side will have a cutoff for the hub, and the other side will have a cutoff to reveal the wheel. And then the wheels at the back, the giant Batman wing at the rear, little pilot in it. So that's going to look awesome, and that's going to be the 4th body for the track. So we have B2B, F1 sidecar, Robin, Reliant, and the Delta Wing. That's it should be done today. I should have pictures of some forming today. So here you go. This is a little bit of news. Sorry for the long delay, but the move to France, it's still a very painful experience. We're getting there. The store is coming back. New products are going to come out again. Supply is going to be different. but things are going to be rolling again, so don't hesitate to contact me. Check out all the Mini Z buddies that I have. If you're a Rakuten user, you're going to be able to find them. And if you're in Europe, there is super cheap Mondial Relay pickup deliveries that are available on the website now. So no more of this French nonsense of Chronopost, which cost an arm and a leg to buy anything. So here you go. This is the news. I'll try to do way more videos. It's still the winter now, so pretty hard to go to the track, pretty hard to go outside. I don't want to break any parts, so I'm fixing a little bit of everything, and I think I'm going to focus on the studio for the moment. And when the weather is a little bit nicer, then we'll be back with track videos and drivings and testing and all that. Geez. Alright, so everyone, see you later, and take care. Bye-bye.